Hi, Stevie BBs. I'm a little bit tired. Been at work this morning. A little bit more money earned than yesterday, but only £10 more. Still, beggars can't be choosers. Money coming in is better than no money coming in at all, isn't it? So anyway, less of that and more of this. The next painting from the middle section. Because there are two middle sections. Who knew? You mean you built it? Yeah, I built it. I should have known. I know. So this was done at university, so that tells you what year it was. It must have been 2006/7, or maybe it was 2007/8. It formed an exhibition that was part of the project course that we had to do, in order to gain credits. I had my exhibition with Shilpa Shirani. She had one part of the room and I had the other part, and it's a pub on what's that street called? It's got a university. They've got a magistrate's court on it. Oh, I think the pub was called something like Champagne Harry's or something like that. And they had a courtyard with a magnificent fountain in it. Wow. And behind that was a small gallery that they hired out to people. It's not there anymore. Closed it down for some reason. Moved on. Anyway, so that's where we had it. And this was a whole crux of my show, which is about things that I love, people love. And this was called The Possibility of Love, Father and Child Reunion. Because this is a painting of my natural father, my birth father, who sadly died when I was about 3.5 to 4. He was about 32, born with a hole in the heart thing, which nowadays they can correct with surgery. In those days they couldn't. So he had quite a few scares in his short life, but he had a good life apparently, laughing and joking. Made my mother laugh. That's why she married him, I think. She certainly didn't marry him for the long term because everybody knew he wasn't going to last, pension age. Very unlikely, and as it turned out, it wasn't likely. I remember him being carried out on the stretcher for the last time, and him looking at me and saying, "Take care of your mum, son." Well, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know, but I can remember that quite plainly. And he never came back. And the mother was crying, and my grandma was with her, and all seemed very sad, and I couldn't understand why it was sad. Maybe that was part of the Aspis thing, I don't know, or maybe it was just because I was just too young to understand what was happening. But anyway, so this is a picture of him holding me as a baby. Yeah. His name was Roy. And his father died while my mother was pregnant. So I never got to see my granddad, or Pop Robinson as he was known, the drummer. He never got to see me, which is a shame. I was going to be called James, but his name was Bernard, so my mother decided to call him Bernard. Call me, rather, Bernard. But not the first name, thank goodness. That's why the middle name is Bernard, if anybody wants to ask. You don't want to ask? Oh, well, you know now anyway, don't you? So that's me being held by my dad. I tried to do it with sort of a yellow ochreish tint over it, like an old sepia photograph. It's clearly not a photograph because it isn't realistic. It's an artist's impression of a photograph. But obviously he wasn't there for me to paint, was he? I've written on the back, oil on canvas, 61 by 76 centimetres. My name on tag, and I put portrait of my birth father holding me as a baby. Dad died when I was age 4, in brackets 3.5 maybe. He was 32, born with a hole in the heart. I'm sure he would have been a great fun dad, but it's not to be. How often do you get that on the back of a painting? The little story behind it. You never do, do you? Might tell you what it's made of and the sizes, etc., but never anything else. So I'm going to put him away. I'm loath to sell him, but then he's not hanging on my wall. He's in the racks, and maybe people will find him more interesting on their walls as a piece of art. So there we go, another day at work, another book. Oh God, it was a long day today. Tedious it was, absolutely tedious. Did less jobs, but earned more money, which it sounds good, but it means there's big long periods in between where you're doing nothing. Good thing I've got a good book, all about Detective Thorne, which I think became a TV series, but I can't remember what the TV series was called. It wasn't Morse, but I think it was the same actor who played Thorne. I think so. It'll come to me eventually. So anyway, not much else to tell you really. It's a bit dank and dark and not nice out there. Still waiting for the parts to come from the greenhouse. So I still don't have a greenhouse. Gosh, that's so annoying. Nothing much happening on the estate agent front. The studio is a bloody mess because I've got things in here that don't belong in here, but there's nowhere else to put them. It's just so untidy. I need to get rid. I need to get the cleats done. I need to get reorganised properly. Get rid of the drawers, even though they're on wheels. Bring that cupboard up here because that's where I keep the terps and stuff. That's a bit safer. And then get rid of stuff. Oh, you want need to move stuff. Oh dear me. And the house is probably the same, but we won't go into that because that's another story. It's not art. It's just a bugbear. Put the pen away, Steve. Okay, will do. All right then. I'll do a little bit of exercise. There we go. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That'll do. I started doing a little bit of yoga in the morning. I say yoga. It's just, well, not really. A bit of a back stretch. Stand on one leg, bring the other foot up. Looks more balletic than yoga-ish, really. Very grainy, this picture, isn't it? Can you clean the lens on these laptops? Maybe we should start using the old camcorder. Get the Minimac down, see if I can use that on the monitor instead of doing that. I actually won that on Creative Leicestershire. It was an award. I got a Minimac and that. Fantastic. Nothing like that ever happens to me normally. However, the reason I bought it was to do the Arts Award. That never transpired. I did one series of Arts Award classes and none of them decided to enter the Arts Award. So that was a waste of money for me. 120 quid that cost me to get validated as a tutor for that. And then nothing happened, and then we had a bit of a crash, didn't we, in austerity and what have you, and who's going to do that? And really the only kids involved in the Arts Award are kids who are like trapped in something. Because if you're at school, why would you do the Arts Award? You're doing A-levels and stuff. But anyway, I was desperate in them days to try and do something different. I now realise might as well just stay being a taxi driver until your art picks up or until you retire and then just quietly enjoy life and then die. But on that happy note, how can I say love all, hurt none, and walk in soft shoes? See, baby.